Welcome back to Swing of the Month, and this month we've got Jack Hole. Fantastic job transforming his swing. He's turned him from a fader slice with the golf ball into a drawer, which is fantastic. Jack's a good player. He plays off single figures, so he's only going lower. So on the left of the screen here, we've got Jack's old swing, and this is what I call a typical faders setup, really. So Jack's got a lot of, or his pelvis is positioned quite a long way away from the target. The handle of the golf club and his wrists are positioned behind the golf ball, and this really sets him up to move very differently into a body position on the backswing that would encourage a steeper downswing and more of a fade characteristics at impact. So we look at Jack's new one. Obviously his pelvis is more centred, handle leans forward because that's the way a golf club, an iron particularly, is designed and designed to be used, and then it gives him a very different spine and pelvis position at the start of the swing here. So as Jack moves into the takeaway, what we'll see is more pressure shifting away from the target, too much in or onto the outside of the right leg here, which starts to tilt his spine, his hip and knee levels toward the target too much, which is generally a fader's body position. So his new one's going to do the opposite. So this is all a process of just working on body levels, understanding about where his spine and his pelvis should be positioned throughout the swing. This would be typically more a neutral flight or a drawer's backswing position. So as we move into the top of the backswing, again just a very different position with the whole arrangement. And this is the key for anybody. If you tend to fade the ball and you've got this kind of body position on the backswing that you see on the left of the screen, it's very difficult to change the ball flight. And then if you get to the one that you see on the right, like Jack did, then it's quite easy to change to a draw. So for Jack, really what the backswing adds up to on the way down is that he gets this arrangement with his body now, where his shoulder's really in front of his hip joint here, spine towards the target, and his pelvis and knee line like this. Now this is generally going to be a fading pattern all day long. So when we look at one on the right of the screen, this is what you'll see more of the best ball strikers and swingers of a golf club do. And this is going to give you a much more neutral delivery and be able to control the ball flight. So as we get down into impact again, we'll just see Jack's pressure with his lower half quite a long way back here, and then as you can see as the swing works through, his head and his body sit very much over his right leg here. Again, when you watch all the best players, they hit very forward into their lead leg, and then they work around that. Okay, so as we look at the backswing, again, a very different posturally for Jack. His position of his arm and his wrist angles, his structure of his arms was critical for getting the club face and helping his whole swing really. So as we work this one back on the left of the screen, you'll just see obviously a very different backswing position when compared to what we can see here, and all this leads up to, on the way down for Jack, the club coming down too vertical in terms of the shaft plane, and as he comes into strike here, club head, what we call outside the hand line. So when compared to the one on the left of the screen, which would be slightly behind the hand line here, this would normally indicate that the path's going to be going more to the right on the one we can see here, and going to the left or across the ball onto the left of the screen. So that would be Jack's fading pattern, or the path to the left to fade it, and this one will be the opposite to give him the draw. So Jack's done a great job, and congratulations to Jack. But the key message here really is, if you tend to fade the ball, consider what your body position's doing at setup and throughout the swing. You get your pelvis and your spine arrangement correct, there's no reason you can't draw the ball. Okay, hope this video helps.